Not a fun time for us, and it's unfortunate that human beings can't seem to get along a little better sometimes. Let's expect better of the situation. But the one question I want to ask you, I know we have a lot of speakers. I think it's important for people to know something that people who've ever focused on this industry for 5 minutes understand the answer to this question, but the official answer, if you could provide us, is the average wage that is attached to this industry higher or lower than the average wage of the worker in LA County?
The average wage attached to this industry is higher than the average wage in the county as a whole. The other thing is that this industry has a high multiplier in economic speak. That means it takes a lot to get the product out the door. And so it would have a very high multiplier as opposed to, say, retail that only has a multiplier of 0.6. So this is why this industry is so key to us, and this is why all the other states are trying to steal it away from us.
So there's quite a bit of a margin of difference between the average wage in LA County and the average wage of the workers of the industry. And then also on the multiplier effect, I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman, I want to keep it short, but you touched on something that's extremely important to this country, and that is that people constantly say that we are no longer a manufacturing country. We're not making something. But the economic importance of that is, as a backbone of any community, of any region, is it preferable that we have businesses that have high multipliers, or are we heading down the wrong path if we lose those kinds of industries and end up with mostly industries that don't have a high multiplier?
No, we want industries that have a high multiplier and also offer an opportunity for job advancement. And so this is very, very important. The government classifies the motion picture and television production industry as a service activity. I think it's probably would be more reasonable to classify it as a manufacturer, because the most durable product in the world is the Wizard of Oz.
One last point, isn't that, with all due respect, isn't that multiplier benefit what made this country the economic engine that it has been and was for so long, and made us the envy of the world, the fact that we had that kind of middle class system? Isn't that the case? Isn't this the industry, the kind of industry that fits that mold?
But very definitely, and this is the reason why we're so concerned about the inaction of Sacramento, dealing with runaway production from the state of California. But this is an industry that's driven by creativity, and you have to say, what is the basic industry of Los Angeles County or city? It is not any specific activity like trade or tourism or motion picture production. It is creativity, and this creativity is all around us, and this is very important to our future.
I'm disappointed too. I had high hopes that this particular governor could terminate that runaway production, but apparently he hasn't.
Well, before we go to Mr. Reyes, I do want to say Mr. Cardenas and I, in fact, it was my first year when I was Speaker of the California State Assembly, we tried to address runaway production. That was one of the battles we did not win, but we recognized that so many other states and other countries, Canada in particular, were fighting to take this money maker away from California. With that said, Mr. Reyes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I find it hard to speak in such objective terms, knowing how personal this is for many families who are unemployed and how it affects the families and their livelihood.